Alrighty. Back to FX replay. Let's see if some people get in here on TikTok. Let's wait for some more people to get in here on YouTube. And then we'll continue. What did we do? Did we trade? I think we did trade this. 10 o'clock came up and then we came down. But yeah, today we're gonna back test we're gonna just look at the 4-hour chart and the daily, the 4-hour chart and the 1-hour chart, and just see what PD arrays we tap into at this 10 o'clock range. So you want to see if we bounce off of a 4-hour fair value gap and or at the same time bounce off or into a 1-hour gap. And let's just see, that's what I want to back test today. Also, the Discord is coming soon. I've been working on it today. It has trading, obviously. We will be live trading. Obviously, flex your wins. I don't really do analysis, as you know, but I'll put some in here. Like this week, I do think we're going down to these daily lows. Hopefully, I mean, for sure this week, we might come down. These are 4-hour fair value gaps I marked. So hopefully we come down, maybe bounce up to that one and then go lower or whatever. I have education, you know, the ICT 2022 mentorship. And then I was doing 50K months of drop shipping in like 1,200 months Turo. So I put Turo in there. As for those who know me from Instagram, I've been on an investment journey, so I have like my long-term stocks I buy. You know, I use Wealthfront Betterment. I have links for y'all in here. So hello there. So this Discord will not be released probably for another 2 to 3 weeks, but a Discord is coming, and it's not just for traders. There's a bunch of dropshipping gems on here. I even have my files for my sites that I did use to make 50K months. Like this is literally the design. Like it's a file for y'all. You don't have to edit it yourself. I have my video editors in here, my web designers. I have all my I do have my video editors under the ads. I have like how you should write your ads. I have a bunch of winning products you guys can test. So I do have like the dropshipping tea in here as well as trading. But obviously most people who will be coming now that have a following are coming from trading. I am doing great today. I looked up ICT. I don't get it. It's okay. Do you get anything else like supply and demand or anything? You don't have to learn ICT. But yes, a Discord is coming soon. I think it's going to start at $29.99. And then once, I think I'm going to do tiers. Like the first 100 people, $29.99. The second tier, $59.99. And then the last total price would be $119.99. But yes, that's in the works for people who have been asking. A Discord is coming soon. But yes, today we're going to just back test if we tap into any PD arrays on the 1-hour and the 4-hour to see where we want to go. Okay, so the 4-hour, we do have this gap here. We're already in it. We have highs here, and then we have lows here. And then on the 1-hour, we do have a gap here. So let's see how this plays out, because I know some people say, well, at 10 o'clock, we just wait for a fair value gap to the 4-hour candle to go into a PD array. Then some people say they just watch the 1-hour for to go into a PD array. Let's just see which ones play out better. Oh, well, we already did this day. I keep doing this. I keep forgetting to hit next New York session. Next New York session. All right, 4-hour and the 1-hour chart. Okay, the 4-hour chart, we have already popped out of this gap once or twice. No, well, this is the candle that made it. So we came into this gap once, and then it's looking like we swept these highs to come down, but that happened before we got on the chart at 8 o'clock. 8:30 is probably 8:30 reversal. 10 o'clock is here. We do have a 1-hour gap that lines up with this 4-hour gap, so we don't need to draw. So at this point, we just need to wait for it to come down in here and bounce or inverse is what it's giving us on the day. Let's see what happens. When this 9 a.m. candle, okay, boom. 9 a.m. candle, or 9 to 6 a.m. candle has already popped out of it. So it might be giving signs for us to, hold on, let's have a target if we're going higher, because I don't see one. Go up to these highs is what it's looking like. Let's see if we were going higher. Okay, we're in this gap. It's 10 o'clock. This is us now. I need us to see if we want to go higher or lower. I'm not sure about this yet, because now we're in this gap. This is a long displacement candle to the downside. NQ long on this one. Luke said NQ long. How'd you do on Friday? We sold all day on Friday yesterday, Luke. We were asking about you yesterday. We wanted to know if you made money yesterday when we were clearly in sales and you were screaming long all day. Okay. Still very indecisive candle, and then we kind of push. So this could have been one of those signs where, of course, my friend is FaceTiming me. Let me tell her I'm streaming really quick. And then, so this is one of those ones where it did come down into the gap. 10 a.m. open, you could have played it to the upside. I honestly wasn't sure because this gap right here got inversed on the hourly. But again, what I say, this is a 4-hour gap. 4-hour gap is going to trump. Let's see how high it goes. Does it take out these highs? Would be nice. Or no. And then it goes down. So that's actually what I was thinking was going to happen. That's why I didn't wait for it to get in. But this obviously this is the 1-hour chart, not the 4-hour chart. So the 1-hour chart went up first and then went down. So I was right to not just look at those buys. However, that could have been a nice move on the 5-minute. Let's see what it looks like on the 5-minute. It was not a nice move. As you can see, this move was the move. So we came up at 10 and we got a nice 10 a.m. reversal with a regular. It's still a continuation play kind of. We were already headed down, but it gave us a nice comeback, liquidity sweep, and then gave us a reversal, gave us a fair value gap, and this candle tapped into the fair value gap. That was the trade. So we inversed this gap, this 4-hour gap. That's what I was talking about. So you want to just wait and see if we were going to bounce off of it. We did get a little bounce, but I wasn't sure about that bounce, especially because that gap I marked on the 1-hour. We came back and really bounced up into that. And also because the highs were just, the target was just so high. There was no target. I just felt like we already swept these Asian highs and London highs. So it was just a down day. Obviously, sometimes you'll know too, like when you get on the chart at 10, if 930 swept the highs of Asian and London, we're probably going to sweep the bottom and vice versa. If we're already down here and we didn't sweep these bottoms, we're probably going to the top. But prime example of why you should just wait things out till you're sure, because this candle was very indecisive anyway. That 10 a.m. candle. It was not a nice candle. This is the hourly chart. See, the 4-hour chart is already doing the move. So we just want to catch this big move on this 4-hour candle. Sorry if I can see this. This big move on the 4-hour candle is what we want to catch. This is just an hour candle. So you can let that hour play out. You see what I'm saying? You were right. Exactly. See, that's why you back test. So this is just a good sell day. And I called it. I wasn't sure. You can tell. That's why you see how that candle is playing out. You can tell in real time when the candle is moving up and down very undecisively. You can tell when it's indecisive. Like you wouldn't have been fooled on the 1-hour watching that, even though it's a green candle. Now, boom. You can either wait for an inversion for value gap if you wanted it, candle close entry there, or if you want to get in this regular, we have a change in the state delivery, and then we have a bearish for value gap here that we tapped right into. So you could have got in once we tapped right back in there, which would have been a better risk to reward. But we didn't really get a candle close on the candle before it. We got a wick and then it tapped into the gap. So you honestly probably wouldn't have got that entry. And then is there a liquidity point we can target? That one right there. That's the one. And then if you're trading on the 4-hour, you might want to take it all the way down to the 4-hour lows, but I don't know if we're going all the way down there. It could though. Let's see if it does. The 4-hour low is this previous day low. Previous day low, which I mean, that's a pretty good low. People target previous day lows all the time. But like I said, I like to take the first one. And it's kind of looking like it's already reversing from that previous day low, but it could go lower. But yeah, okay, so great trade. So what did we learn from that? The 4 hour trumps the 1 hour every time. Because the 1 hour gap was here. However, the 1 hour gap was higher for the sells for like your entry. Obviously the candle just still closed very far down there, but all you needed was a candle close below this. And you see why I marked liquidity point? You saw that liquidity point hit? Look at that 4 hour candle. It wicked up from a random liquidity point, which technically is also another gap it bounced off of. So you really only need the 4 hour ones. And you can honestly wait too. You can wait for all of this. You can just wait for it to like come up, react, and then play on the 4 hour time frame. You don't have to just watch lower time frames. So it is rally first. Is this Kamala talking? No, I wish. Just kidding. I'm a beginner. What system I should use? I don't know, but I prefer ICT. I think he was the best beginner friendly for me. But you can look up, I don't know, you can look up T trades, you can look up supply and demand, you can look up, what does trading with Kamala mean? I don't know what that means. You can look up, just look up trading for basics for beginners, but I think ICT 2022 mentorship is a great mentorship. Also, I want to let you know about the good thing about trading the 4 hour candle is because this is still a nice move even if the candle closes indecisive. We got that nice rundown, boom, great trade, and candle can still close indecisive. That's the best part about it. All right, so far the hour was not in our favor this trade, but like I said, some people trade on it. I prefer to look at the 4 hour and then the 30-minute. Great analysis. I'm too dumb for ICT. I'm just playing You Sound Like Her. I sound like her? I don't think so. Kamala has a higher voice than me. Do I sound powerful? Is that what that means? I get that a lot. I am a Kamala fan though, if you're not, but it doesn't matter. What am I doing? Yes, next New York session. But thank you. I get that a lot actually. Someone told me in college I sound like a dominatrix. And I said, well, I'm not one of those, but I don't know what that sounds like. Okay, 4 hour, we're pushing to these highs. We're kind of close already though, so it's giving. We might come up here and reverse again back down to this gap. And maybe it does finally want to push to these highs today. I don't know. These are so high. Sessions are on. We kind of swept the buy side. Maybe we'll come down to the sell side. Let's see. But we're already close, so let's just wait this one out. When you're already close to liquidity point, you might as well just wait it out. Plus, usually the 9 candle C will show you everything you need to know at 10 o'clock. Okay. Liquidity sweep, but we did get a nice candle close above this line. We are pushing back to the downside a little bit. Let's see what this looks like on the 5-minute chart or even the 15-minute chart. I like to go. So for the 15-minute chart, we do have a gap. That's why I don't really like the hour. I like the 30 and the 15-minute because the hour didn't even give us another gap yet. We're in the candle that can make the gap or close the gap, and it looks like it's about to close it. Versus the 15-minute, we get a gap, and then now we can either wait for it to bounce off of it for extra confirmation, because this one red candle is not giving us enough clarity, because it can easily come in here, bounce, go higher, or it can inverse and go lower. We had a nice run up. If we didn't have a nice green candle up before this is just a third green candle, obvious buys. But this red, you let it play out a little bit, and then let's see if we bounce. Look like we bounced off. We're bouncing off the gap now. So that could be a sign for buys, right there. Now this is the 5-minute chart. This is the 5-minute chart. You see how you go down, you work your way down, If you're, I only work my way down if I'm super unsure. There's days where the 4 hour, and the 1 hour and the 30 minute are very sure that you can trade on those. But as you see, we're still very unsure if we're gonna go up or down yet. So now you want to wait for extra confirmation. We already bounced off this. Now we want to wait for a candle close above this to be extra sure, in my opinion. See, you see, because some of y'all will be like, oh, buys, we bounced off the 15-minute value gap. You got to wait, because there's time. Like, this is not clear. I don't know how I can explain to y'all that it's not clear. I don't know if this is just experience with me, but it's just, you can just, it's just when you're at a higher time frame liquidity point like this, you have to wait. This is clearly kind of a turtle soup, but when it moves way above the liquidity like this, you would love just this wick to be over this blue line, and you'd be confident we were going in sells right down. But if you would have gotten sells right at this candle close, your stop loss had to be high for you to not get stopped out. You see what I'm saying? So you're going to wait for confirmation. Now we get candle close below this. I think now you can enter into sells. Target to the London lows, or this low right here, or the morning lows, whatever you prefer. You can wait for that candle to close, which most of us probably would, and then see how low we can go. You can have your stop loss as high or big as you want it, up to you. Oh, did we lose? We did lose. Is it going higher or lower? Okay, it's probably me, my stop loss being too tight, because I do that a lot. I mean, I was right. Okay. This is just a big stop loss. This is a problem I have. Anyone who's been on my lives know this. Your stop loss always has to be the swing high before the reversal, which sucks. This is a big ass stop loss. I don't like that. I tried to give it some room. I probably should just done it at the top of this red candle. But, you know, that's still a big stop loss. But, you know, it is what it is. You either just lost and got back in the trade, or you would have had a stop loss big, or just not use a hard stop loss. Does it finally go against us? Yes, okay. So this was a day where you just would have took your profit here. So that's not even a really good risk reward, honestly. But it did go to a liquidity point. It swept this one, which are equal, they're equal lows right here. And then it reversed. And this is why I don't get mad when I sell early anymore. I used to be mad because there's days where it would just run down the rest of the day. But I at least want to sell at a point of liquidity or for value gap is my motto. Because I know it can reverse from any one of these points. I don't want to just sell right here, or, I mean, there's a bunch of liquidity points here. But I don't want to sell in the middle of a run up. Like, say you took this buy trade. You should not sell in the middle of like nothing to reverse from. Take it to a liquidity point at least, and then sell early. So this is a sideways choppy day. As you can see, the candle is a very it's not that decisive. It started fully green and now it's fully red, but this is still a decent trade if you took it. And obviously if you waited for this reversal back up, you could have took the reversal back up, and then it took out all the highs from this morning, or it's about to. Yeah, the highs from this morning. But see, you want to wait for a confirmation, because see, it wasn't even, say if you were in buys and you were right, because technically the buys are higher, the bigger trade of the day, you still would have got stopped out if you got in up here for buys. You see what I'm saying? So you want to wait for extra confirmation, because you could be right, but it might not be ready to go your way yet. So that is what it is. It's going to drop again, I think. Went long at 18,435, stop loss at 18,444. Okay, Luke. I don't know what kind of trading you be doing, but good for you. I think we're definitely going lower the rest of the week. All right, next New York trading session. So that is for the day that was, we would have made a little money, and, you know, that wouldn't have been the best trading day, but I don't think we would have lost that day either. Next New York session. Alrighty, what is this? Looks like we're clearly running up finally to these highs. There's so many to target. I don't like doing too many lines, but I just feel like we're already close. So let's see. Let's go down to the 30-minute. I like the 30-minute more than the hour, in my opinion. Beautiful. We have a gap here. Let's come into this gap and go higher. That's what the energy is giving right now. Go down into this 30-minute gap, then go higher. That's what it's showing us. Okay, boom. Now we inverse the gap. But there is a gap here. So now we need to inverse both of these. I've said that before. There's two gaps close. So you need to wait for a candle close below the second one. It can inverse this one, come into this one, and then go higher. What do we get? It not candle closing below this gap, coming out of it. That's a good sign. Even you can just take it to that high from this morning. I could have got in too early, but let's see. Ooh, this is nasty price action these last few days, but boom, that is not hard to watch. Obviously, this is a 30-minute chart as well, but you see, we got a bounce. You waited. If there's two close together, you can't be like, ooh, we inversed this gap. We did not. We have to. We did, but to go to this one. This is why I like the 30-minute better. It just reacts with the 30 minutes so much better. And like I said, obviously we're reaching for these gaps. We are reaching. And honestly, days like this where you're just running up, that's all you need to do. Or we're running down, mark out for value gap close to where we are before you get on the chart. Hopefully it comes down into it. Hopefully it comes down into it and then goes higher. I know I need to set up the OBS so I can stream on YouTube and TikTok both from the computer, because YouTube gets the nice full screen, y'all don't. But yeah, you just mark a gap and then it came off of it. So we had 2 wicks. Boom. You might have gotten in a little late for the full candle close for some of us, which means you probably want to take it a little further. Let's see if it actually goes further for you. It should. This is a major liquidity point though, so I would have sold right there, but if you need that 1 to 2.5, it might give it to you. Because again, this is the gap here that we're tapping into. So if we invert, see we tapped into it twice, another gap. Are we going higher? We might not. If we close below this, we're going back down. And this is getting late for me anyway. I think that's midnight. It's Asian session. Okay, so no, this was the target. That's why I always take my shit at first target. There are days like Friday, it ran without me. It ran so far down without me. But to me, I take it to the first one. Whatever happens after me, because if it reverses on me, I'm sick. And if you trade Apex, your drawdown follows your highest point. So if you were up $500 right here, but you closed $200, your drawdown is up $500 now, not $250. So be aware of that. You need to set a stream key and get a bunch of add-ons. I know you have to get on the add-ons and stuff, which I don't want to do. And I don't want my computer to be slow. But we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, soon though, I still will be doing these lives at night, but I will be live trading in my Discord soon only, which I'm excited about. I'm building a Discord community. Up 701 contract on longs. Good for you. Good for you, Luke, who speaks in all caps. Next New York session. Okay, next New York session, we are kind of finally on our little downswing. 10 o'clock is here. Like I said, I only trade at 10 o'clock too. So like I said, so a lot of people kind of like how Luke, he has biases. He waits for zones and stuff like that, which is fair. He probably sits on the chart longer than I do. I don't. So I don't really care what zone is where. I look at what's happening immediately before 10 o'clock. Where are we going on the 4 hour? Where are we going on the 1 hour or 30 minute? And then whatever happens, I take it for 30 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes, and I'm off the chart. That's how I trade. So it's looking like we want to come up into here and then continue lower. It's what it's giving. It's the energy I'm getting from here. Now, we do have also a gap here that was just made. So we could be already reversing out of this gap, but let's see if we come up into this gap. Or if you have an entry here, you need to have your stop loss above this gap. And then we do have a gap here to inverse, which means, so we've already came into, we have inverse. Once we inverse, we can relax. Cause I know sometimes you'll get in a trade and you'll be right in your bias. I've been there. But for me, I cannot relax until we invert this gap. Because this is a gap it could bounce off of. It's probably going to bounce off to go here and then keep going down, but I won't relax in my trade until we get below this gap. Just FYI. But we are making lower lows. Lower highs and lower lows. So let's see. We're on the 30. Like, see how the 30-minute chart is just so much better than the hour chart to me? I just don't. All right, we came up into this gap. It's still not 10 o'clock yet, too, so we're chilling. Boom, reacted. So hopefully we can get right in sales at 10 o'clock. Okay. Right in sales. Maybe you wait for it to candle close below that. We did hit this gap. But if you... Because this is a kind of indecisive candle, this little body candle. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I would have loved for that 9:30 candle to close red for me to be really sure. There also is a gap in between here. But let's see. I think in real life, I would wait for this candle to play out a little more, to push lower some more. Because see how it bounced off that again, indecisive? Like that. That's why you wait. That is literally why you wait. It hasn't stopped us out yet, though. Almost, but it hasn't stopped us out yet. And like I said, I just noticed there is a gap right here. It's tiny, but there's a red gap right there. So like I said, that's why you just wait sometimes. You should just wait. Boom, now we're stopped out. And then it goes our way. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Whereas if you waited, you wouldn't have got stopped out because, well, one, we would have got the same entry though, which is annoying. But we would have got in and our target, our stop loss would now be this high. And then now we're taking it down to that liquidity point we had marked earlier. Hopefully. Or this could just be an indecisive ass day. But at least we would have waited. I would have waited and I'd have been in up here, stop loss up there would be me. And then boom. Keep me around, y'all. Keep me around. Obviously, this comes with experience, obviously. But you see what I'm saying? You just can tell, because especially at 9:30 and 10, it's always some mess going on sometimes. Not all the time. Like some days it's clear, but it'd be mess. So I like to wait it out. Especially if I'm looking for sales and the candle is green, you shouldn't just get in a sell. You need the candle to be red like this before you just get in a sell when you get on. We can't see what you're saying. How can you not see what I'm saying? What do you mean see what I'm saying? You just see what I'm saying. I'm showing y'all. Y'all are seeing exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying what I'm seeing. But anyways, yeah, when the candle at 9:30 closes green and you want sells, you don't want that. You want like what we had on Friday. On Friday, we came on the charts. On the 30-minute chart, we had a long white candle, immediately got in sales. But if this was 9:30, if this was 9:30. If this was like the candle before 10 a.m., I would not have immediately gotten sales. I would have waited for us to show some confirmation we're reversing. Like it did reverse, but if you got in sales right here, that's a little risky. And this is a good turtle soup though. This is a good like power of three, like accumulation, manipulation. So this is a bad example because this is something you could get right in sales on. It's clearly tapping into a higher time frame fair value gap. Like this is a good like turtle soup example, but this is not, because it's 3-4 candles. This easily could have wanted to keep going higher. Like this is not giving us signs that we want to reverse. Then we got our reversal, candle close. I would have got in, stop loss below the high that was made. That swept everybody out, especially the 9:30 traders. That's the thing about 9:30. Like some of them could have been like, "Oh, I'm getting in at this fair value gap," and then they got stopped out, and then we got in. So it's like it's kind of, you should just wait things out. And then we finally pushed. We did get a change of state and delivery here, and then we got our down trade. We knew it was going down. I told you we were going down. Didn't I tell you we was going down? Why? Lower lows, lower high. It's giving a market maker sell. Prime ICT market maker sell. That just comes with experience. When you do your analysis, it's off screen. Oh, my bad. When I see it, it's all right here, but you mean like this one on the right? Or on the left? Which one? Okay, next. 4-hour chart, 30-minute chart. 4-hour chart, it's clearly looking like we're just going to these lows, but these lows are super close. So we might can wait for it to come down and sweep back up. There's a gap, but it doesn't line up. Oh, you mean like, oh, I see what you're saying now. It's too far off the camera. I see what you're saying now. There's a gap here that is bullish on the 30-minute chart. So it needs to be what? Green. And then you bring it over. See, I like my gaps to line up with the liquidity point. So this is kind of irrelevant because we're going to this blue line. We're going to that blue line. So there's no point of marking that, but we're going to mark it because maybe you can get an entry from here to here. And then I'm trying to see if we have a gap on the 4-hour that lines up. No gap, no gap. We do have a big fat ass gap here. So it's looking like this is where we're going. We're going all the way down to here is what the 4-hour is telling us. Do we have a gap on the upside that we can go to for up and reversal? No, we don't. So this is one of those days it's kind of clear that we're going down. Now, let's see if there's a gap on the 30-minute up here. We can like maybe wait for it to go up into. No, there isn't. So yeah, it's given just we're going down. Up $3,000 on the video since 8 a.m. Up $3,000 since 8 a.m. on the video. You don't see this buy right now. I'm back testing, Luke. I'm not looking at modern charts. This is literally May 2022. I also told you 100 times I don't give a flying fuck what the market's going to do until I get on the chart tomorrow at 9:55. I don't care what you see right now. I like to look at what I see the first 10 minutes before the chart because that's all I trade. See what I'm talking about? It went straight down. Let's see if we get a nice reversal off this liquidity point. If not, we can keep pushing to this one. Like I said, whatever happens before 10 o'clock, we don't give a shit about. Pushing, 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 pushing. Boom. Now, this ran down a good bit for a 30-minute candle and then kind of wicked back up, which is not that nice. But I do think we're still going to go to this gap. What does that look like on the 5-minute? So you could have got in right at 10 o'clock. Again, this candle would have made me not get in. However, is there a gap on the 5-minute we could have tapped into? No, there is one here that this candle tapped into, but it happened before 10 o'clock. So yeah, that would have been a sign to get in sales. You could have gotten sales right off this because we already had the fair value gap tap. It already happened at 9:55. You could have gotten in right at 10 o'clock. Stop loss has to be kind of, it's a fat gap though. I don't like having a big stop loss per usual. Let's see if we have a liquidity point we could target on the 5-minute chart somewhere. There is one right above the gap, and there's the Asian low. So basically your target is right above the top of the gap. So you might not want to take this trade. You might want to wait for the bounce off because this is a small move. It's a 1 to 1.3. 1.3. Like, it's not risk this big ass stop loss, in my opinion. So no, it's not a good trade. Let's wait for a reversal off any of these points. That's what we want to wait for. See if we get. We do have a 5-minute market structure shift, but let's wait to inverse this big ass red gap and come out of this 4-hour fair value gap, and then we'll get in some buys. Okay, we did do a nice bounce to the downside off of that. Boom. Now I'd probably be in some buys. Now, if you were comfortable getting in that down here, good for you. There is actually a gap, a little tiny green gap here that I didn't even notice. So that would have probably been our entry. this little green gap here that was made. Market structure shift first, came up, market structure shift, came down. Also, I now trade change in the state delivery versus market structure shift because it happens before. So you really just have your entry set at the yellow line, stop loss below the lows. And then you can probably take it all the way to these London highs up here. You got the London highs. A nice trade. Let's let that play out and see what we get. We did not inverse that 4-hour gap yet. And that's why I said I would wait for the 4-hour gap reversal. But let's see. It still could play out in our favor. It still could play out in our favor. And it did not. Losing trade. Losing trade. And this is why I said I'll wait for extra confirmation for a worse entry. And also still hasn't hit for that original trade I was talking about, for the 1 to 3 at the 5 minute at the open of the 10 o'clock, you would have been stopped out too. And it didn't even hit the gap yet, and you were so close. So you risked a lot for it to not hit. So this is a day we probably just wouldn't have traded. Nothing was sure. Are we finally going to go up our way? And now it's already almost 4 o'clock p.m. So yeah, this is a day we just wouldn't have traded. This is a day the 9:30 traders and barely, because they would have waited for the candle to close too, probably, to get in sales. So it's just a day we just wouldn't have traded. And you can tell, you want to wait for like inverse fair value gaps. You want to wait for fair value gaps to be touched. This fair value gap was not inversed, nor was this one even tapped into. And this is a 4-hour fair value gap. So how is it playing scared of the gap? I don't know, but it's doing it. But that's what you say. You want to wait for confirmation. Good for you though, steak and fries. Up $3,000 on Nvidia. But yeah, Luke, you know I don't do that. Looking for longs. I don't do like, oh, next week we're gonna have a bullish bearish week. I don't. Because all I want to catch is a move in this 1 or 2 hour range. I'm an intraday trader, like super intraday. I only care what's happening right in front of me. And then I get off the chart. I don't trade afternoon. I don't trade morning. I just trade 10 to 1 at the latest, and it's usually like 10 to 11:30. All right, next New York session, and that's why you'll have better peace. And this is just a beginner-friendly strategy. Obviously, probably not, but maybe once I make money, I feel like when people make a lot of money, they start to, sit on the charts all day and stuff like that. But I just don't see myself ever doing that. I just will risk more at this little time frame. Okay, we're in this 4-hour fair value gap, so let's see if we inverse it to go lower. If we go lower, we're going to these lows here. If we go higher, we're going to these highs here. And there is a small bearish gap to target on the other side. So that actually would be really nice. So let's get a candle close above this gap. It would be lovely if it was at 9:30 or still in this giant 30-minute fair value gap though. This one here, which is not nice. I know you're not, Luke. I know you're not telling me how to trade. I just know that's how you trade. To see others' ideas, yeah. Most people aren't really sharing ideas, especially because we're backtesting. In my live trading, you can say these things, but right now we're literally backtesting March or April 2022. None of this is current. This is all just backtesting from years ago. It's just practice. So it's like staying in queue at one level. This level is not even the level. Look at this. This is $4,000 less than we are right now on NQ. So it's like, it's just not helpful to people who are learning or trying to backtest. That's all I'm saying. There is a gap here, so we don't have to wait now for the 4-hour gap to be inversed. We can let this one be inversed. Not inversed. This one to be respected. This is a bullish, so come out to the upside. But now we can wait for this 30-minute one to get inversed. And let's see how it plays out. If we want buys, obviously. If we want sells, then we do need a candle close out of the green one because we're already almost down there. Like that. So now we can get in sales right at 10 o'clock is what it's giving. Let's see this candle fully closes. Yeah, you're definitely getting in sales right at 10 o'clock. Boom. You're in sales. The most, again, a shitty, gigantic ass stop loss, which I don't like. And there is no swing low until the line we marked. Luckily, there are some gaps on the 30-minute it could bounce off from, so hopefully it does not. But the 4-hour is looking like it does want to keep going lower. It could kind of reverse off this little point here, which I'm scared about. It's looking like it wants to. But let's see how it plays out. We got a nice displacement candle. This is a nice big red candle, so hopefully it goes our way. It already did tap into this fair value gap once, the red one up here I marked, so let's see. So like I said, beautiful. Come on. I would have sold somewhere in this green candle, just so y'all know. But like, you know me, I'd be scared. I don't like losing my losses, but let's see if it does go our way. Prime example of why you don't move stop loss to break even sometimes, because it came down again. But yeah, it's looking like we're about to get stopped out. But there was still a great move down. It could still go down, like I said. It's rebalancing. There's a big gap in here. And it's looking like, first of all, end of the day. So it doesn't even matter. So yeah, you're gonna take your gains down there. Was there another liquidity point? There wasn't really. Like, this is the swing low, but technically, since this is a 30-minute chart, each candle, anything above 30 an hour, each candle can technically be a liquidity point. So it tapped it. I don't like that risk to reward though. Well, over a 1 to 1.5. I like a 1.5 at the least. But great trade. Went in drawdown. I mean, yeah, this price action, this April price action is not the best. So we've seen from this backtesting session. But we haven't had any really losses, just not good long risk to reward trades. Besides the first one we did on this session. And even 930 traders, this is 830. 930 traders didn't get much better than us either, so. I mean, we can see if the 5-minute gave us something better. Okay, yeah, the 5-minute gave us something better. Not really. There's no gap in here to mark. I guess maybe it came back into a breaker. Here, this swing low, maybe it just came back up to this breaker, but that's not really, breakers are only really good for reversals. For like a continuation, I wouldn't have marked this, but I guess that could have been the good entry you could have gotten on the 5-minute, which you would do in real life. I'm just looking on the 30-minute to show y'all how like the 30-minute reacts better off gaps than the 1 hour. But once you get this move at 10 o'clock, you should be going to the 30-minute. Like once you saw, the 5-minute. Once you saw this candle and you're confirming like, yes, we're going down, then you're going to go to a 5-minute and look for like a fair value gap you can tap into, a breaker you can set your limit order at, or whatever. Or even like our risk to reward was very shitty on the 30-minute. Maybe you got in somewhere after, like down, like up here, but your stop loss could be tighter because you got in after the move up. You know what I'm saying? So now your risk is a 1 to 4, which is way better than a 1 to 1.5. See what I'm saying? So you want to go down the 5-minute. I'm just showing you how like the 30-minute is just really a good indicator of where the market wants to go. And in the 4-hour, you kind of just like, see, this is very indecisive on the 4-hour. So some days it won't help you, but for the most part, once we inverse this, we were going down to this. And we did. We ran down after we inversed. Obviously, you couldn't get it on the 4-hour chart because, you know, you would have been way down here. Actually, I think that's when we got in. We got in down here, and it came up a little bit and ran down. But if we got on the 5-minute, we could have maybe waited for a pullback into something. Also, there was a gap. Actually, there was a gap here, which is a little better of entry. You just waited for it to tap that gap. Waited for it to tap that gap. So, I don't know. That's a better risk to reward for sure than the one we had. So that's how you trade, y'all. You just get on. Again, if you You can, if you don't like how this is, you can like trade like Luke does or how other people do. That's why I like my chat. You can DM them or follow them and see how they trade. Let's see what Monday got coming. I know, I think it's gonna be a very I think it's gonna be a bearish week, but Luke obviously thinks it's gonna be a bullish week. But we are in a gap now that we could go higher from, but I do think we're just gonna go higher to the middle of this gap or even this gap here, and then trade down lower. But like I said, that's why I told like Luke, I don't go for where it's gonna go or not, because like I said, when I get on the chart at 10, it could already be up here. So I'm not in buys or looking for buys because we're already up here, or we're already at your sell target. Or at 10 a.m. when I get on the chart, it could be way down here, ready to reverse again. Like I don't go into like what's it gonna do, because I try to do that because I know it's good content, like a recap of what we're gonna do tomorrow. And then I would get on the chart on Monday morning, and everything I said was gonna happen when I was asleep, and I'd be pissed. And I would go to sleep like, oh yeah, when it hits this fair value gap, I'm gonna buy, or when it hits the fair value gap, I'm gonna sell. And I wake up in the morning and all that shit happened in like London session. So I'd be like, what the fuck? So that's why I don't do that. I just wait till, because 10 o'clock tomorrow, this could be way up here. Like I said, it could be way down there. Like there's no point in me telling y'all where it's gonna go overnight unless I'm getting in a trade right now. I see it, market maker sell model. I do too, especially on the daily. On the day, what is it? Why are these 5 and 1 hour? On the daily, it's looking like we definitely just want to go to these lines. And it's really just these two lines. And then on the 4 hour, my phone and computer are not lined up today. I'm so sorry, y'all. The 4 hour, we have two gaps here. So I think that's why I said we're going to bounce from this gap, go higher, like Luke said, to this gap, and then we'll continue down. I would love for us to have this inverse, because then we can just take our profit to the downside. But yeah, that's just, you know what it is. That's what I think. But like I said, I don't care what I think. It's just, I don't care until I get on the chart. And then when I get on the chart tomorrow morning at 9:55, then I'll be like, okay, y'all, this is what we got. Because to me, unless you're trading right now, right, I fixed y'all finally. I'm so sorry. That's the first time I did that. Sorry, y'all. But then you'll just see. If you trade all night or all day, or you're trading Asian right now, then yeah, you're in a nice little buy. But to me, like I said, whatever happens at 10 o'clock is what happens at 10 o'clock for me, because see, we caught our red candle and the next candle is green. I don't care about that candle. I just care about the 10 a.m. 4 hour candle. That's it. I know you told me and I moved it, but I thought I fixed it, but I guess I did not. Okay, let's do one more, since now the screen is fixed. Did I do next? Yeah, next New York session. Alrighty, it's not super clear, but it looks like we're going up here. We don't have any gaps on the 4 hour. We're already up there. 30-minute. Let's see. The 30-minute. There's no gap up here. We do have a small gap here that we already kind of respected once. Sometimes I can't see the wick of these candles. I feel like that's it, because we didn't candle close below it. I think that's it. So let's see if we come up. We could sweep some internal highs and then go lower. We could keep pushing out of this gap to go higher. Let's just see what the 9 to 10 candle shows us, and then we'll get in. I hope in your Discord server it isn't paid, because being unprofitable with paid Discord server is wrong. I'm not starting it until I am profitable, my guy. So yeah. I'm not doing that. I'm already, I'm waiting for me to, it's only you, if it's only trading you are doing in there. No, it's trading and it's, drop shipping and Turo and investing. I've done 50K months with drop shipping, and a lot of my friends who knew me before I started trading, like my close friends wanted to learn about dropshipping. So I actually have a lot of good dropshipping shit in here. And then Turo and stuff. And I actually am a profitable trader. But yes, I'm waiting for funded and a payout before I open the Discord because I'm not a scammer. But it will be paid. And there's a lot of people who are unprofitable who... I agree. I don't think if you're unprofitable, you should have paid Discords. But technically, they are lending their services to you. They are trading with you. QA... I don't know what's his name. QE Tao, unprofitable trader. And there's another guy. I forgot his name. They both have Discords. And there are days when they make money and people make money like them. And there's days they don't. Dropshipping is just e-commerce. But you're testing products. You're testing products supplied from China, and it's just a way to test e-com products before you order inventory. That's all dropshipping is. But no, I'm not starting my Discord until I'm actually funded. That's why I said in a few weeks. But I am officially profitable again. So yeah. But yeah, I want to get some payouts and stuff before I start a Discord. But if you've been trading with me for free though on live the last 2 weeks, you'd be up you'd be up $3,000. We made $1,500 this last week. We made $1,500 the week before that. So, sorry, but you're not a profitable trader. You'll get there. You don't know what I'm profitable or not. How do you know I'm not a profitable trader? E-com. E-com is just running a regular business. Like regular e-commerce. Boom. Told you the 930 candle is going to show you everything you need. I literally made $1,500 this week, and I was only unprofitable for like 2 weeks. I haven't been unprofitable in like 6 months. I've been break even though, and then I was profitable my first 6 months trading. I was break even for like 2, and then I was unprofitable for like 3 weeks. And that's why I started backtesting. And then the last 3 weeks, I've been profitable. I've made $1,500 a week, 3 weeks in a row on live. People have took the trades with me, so you don't know if I'm profitable or not. And or you also don't have to buy my Discord. That's what I'm saying. I could charge the Discord early because of dropshipping and Turo, and I literally have so much sauce in there on dropshipping. Because I probably will take my trading money and dropship again. All right, I'm trying to see if there's a target. Well, the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart will show us a buy-side target. So there's one here. There's one here for us to get in this. Oh, and there's still this little bearish gap from yesterday we never hit, actually, that lines up with this. So I think we're going all the way up to this red gap is what it's looking like from this big ass. This is all 930. This is still not us. We're not even in here yet. So let's see where candle closes at. I took one revenge trade. That was my first revenge trade in like 6 months. I just posted the video to be transparent. That was the only loss I had in 2 weeks. What are you talking about? This is why I don't like posting transparency, because people only take one video I post and run with it. Okay, well, this is super close, so I don't like this. But this is our option. This is our option. So maybe let's take it to the fill or take it to this line up here. And again, you don't have to join my Discord, but people who have been trading with me have made money these last 2 weeks of trading live with me. So, and it's not even going to be expensive, but again, you don't have to join it. But like I said, I don't like getting in at liquidity points like this that were close. But we did get a nice displacement to the upside. You can take a quick scalpy on it here if you want it. You can wait for the reversal. Actually, let's see how this plays out. I'm not really confident in this right now. Okay, so you did get the buy trade. You did have to have your stop loss kind of low. But let's see if we go to this line like I originally had. Again, this is a 30-minute chart. You're not going to be on this chart, y'all. I'm just letting y'all know. You're going to see like, oh, this candle, you might have went down the 5-minute chart to get a better entry. And then you could have played this. This is what you want. That's why you go on the 5-minute chart. We have a gap. We have a bunch of gaps here. And if we were confident in our buys, which I wasn't on the 30-minute, but on the 5-minute, this would have made me more confident. We tapped into a fair value gap and we reacted off of the fair value gap. Boom. Taking it to the top of the gap on the 4-hour. Nice trade. Beautiful trade. That's the trade you would have took. Or you could have waited for the reversal at the gap if you wanted it. But yeah, that's how we trade. But yeah, there are people who have Discords because if people want their services and they want to charge for them, they can do that. If people have asked them to charge for their services, that is fine. I'm not until I'm funded and get a payout. But honestly, after the first payout, I'm opening my Discord. If you think that's wrong, then that's for you. That's a you problem. Ooh, are we gonna keep going to this next line? Again, like I said, I take my profit at the first one because if it reverses, it reverses. But it's looking like it does. Boom. So that's what I'm saying. You look at the 30-minute and the 4-hour, show you where we want to go. Every time, it will drastically decrease your losing rate. You will literally have like a 98% rate if you be reactive like I am. I don't just get on the chart with the bias. Like people be screaming in my chat like, where is it going? Or he's think it's going up or whatever. I don't. You react off of what's happening. You see we got that big push at 9:30, so we were looking for buys, but you wanted to see like an entry or something and not a reversal from this point. It came up, tapped that to bounce back, and I've always said that as well. If you're confident in your bias, you know you can go up. It'll bounce from this point and then bounce your way. Like these points are just places it bounces from. Like here, it bounced down, and if you're confident in it going to this next line, it went your way. And that is it, y'all. So yeah, I just want to let you know that the Discord is coming, and I'm back profitable, which is super nice. Apple user. I've been trading for 9 months. Also, another thing, I get it. A lot of people in this industry, it took them 2 years, and in 2020, it did take a lot of people. When I was trading in 2020, it was a shit show of education, but it doesn't take everyone that long. So don't let people shit on your dreams if you've been profitable faster. It's okay. But yeah, so again, I'm backtesting every night. I'll be live trading tomorrow. Kevin, if you want to join to see how profitable or unprofitable I am, you can come into the live trading session at 9:55. And yeah, so I'm only $1,500 away to get funded. I'm halfway there. And hopefully I can do it in 2 trades. And if not, we'll see. But yes, so basically I've been showing y'all, we've been staying on the higher time frame. So tomorrow we backtest, we'll go back to actually taking a proper entry on the 5-minute or the 15 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been showing y'all how just like you wait on the 15, your 30 and the 4-hour. Because that's how you're not going to get faked out. There are days like this where we obviously don't get faked out, but you saw how we had days like previous days where you could easily get faked out on something. So that's why you want to stay on the higher time frame the longest, and then get on a lower time frame when you have your confirmation that like this. We knew we were going up at 10 o'clock. We knew. So now we go on a lower time frame to see if we get good entry and a better stop loss. Because on the higher time frame, we would have been on a shittier entry and had a way bigger stop loss, obviously. So you make an entry on the 5-minute or the 30-minute, the 5-minute. But it depends on the day. So on this trade, you would have made an entry on the 5-minute because look at this indecisive 30-minute candle. It would have scared you. This candle would have scared you. So you need to go on the 5-minute. But after this big run up, this is a long displacement candle. This is sure signs we're going up. And we have 2 targets up here we can still hit. That's why we knew we were going up. However, on this day, we had this lovely hammer candle to the downside on Friday. I entered as soon as this candle closed on the 4-hour. I think I went to the 30-minute because we had this lovely fair value gap that we inversed, this green one. So once the candle closed, we got in. But I got in right there and I took it down like 1.5 candles, and I made $800 on Friday. So it depends. Like this is an obvious you buy it right when the candle closed. I don't know if you can see this, but we have a lovely market maker sell. We have a power of 3. We have accumulation, manipulation, distribution. We have it coming up and tapping back into this 15-minute, 30-minute for value gap. We have a good CRT. If you're a CRT, like it just every ICT strategy just lined up on Friday, and we all just got sells as soon as that candle closed because we waited for the candle close in case this candle wound up closing blue. So we waited, and then I got in as soon as it. But if I would have went on the 5-minute chart, we did get a better entry. So I got in at the candle close down here, if you could see that. But we did get a pullback up into this 5-minute fair value gap. So my entry would have been better if I waited for it to come back up on the 5-minute and tap into this fair value gap. But I didn't. I got in like down here as soon as the candle closed. So it just depends, how much did you risk? I did 5 micro mini contracts, 5 micro mini contracts, and I took it to it's some far liquidity points I had drawn. It was like, I think I just took it to like the bottom of this candle, and then because with Top Step I can't make more than 1,500 a day, which sucks. But yes, so yeah, basically, obviously the Discord is not ready. You have to put so much work into it and like do all the things. But hopefully the Discord will be ready when I'm ready, number one. But we'll be live trading tomorrow for free, so y'all can join in here on YouTube and TikTok. I backtest every night, so we'll be backtesting again tomorrow. I have these levels marked for the end of the beginning of the week on the 4-hour chart. So let's see, we're already in this candle because we're, it's Sunday night, so the market's already open. But yes, I might open the Discord up for the drop shipping people. I need to add some more stuff in there if any of y'all are interested in drop shipping as well. Some people think it's better than trading. I personally disagree, but it's a good way to put your trading money into something. You're a rock star. Thank you so much. That's why the name is Wealth Building Rockstar. Why limit risk when all your confirmations are there? What do you mean? You have to always have risk management, or that's not smart for trading. But what do you mean, why limit? Well, I have to limit my risk because what Top Step is a consistency rule, so I can't make more than $1,500. That's why. I did that once, not to trade more to get funded, and it pissed me off. If I was on Apex or my funded futures, I can make as much as I want without, like, you can get funded in one day if you want, but Top Step, you can't make more than 50%. And then there's other prop firms like that. Like, I think Take Profit Trader, you can't make more than like 40% of your target, so you can't just make a bunch. You have to make sure if your target is $6,000, you have to make 40% per trade. So I did have to watch. You're trading NAS 100? Yes, this is the NASDAQ. It's futures, NAS futures, but it's the same thing as NAS 100. It's the same thing as US 30. Same thing as QQQ if you're trading stocks. Your prop firm limits your account, seem like? Yes, prop firms always do that. That's why they're not my favorite thing. That's why I copy trade them with my live account. And I will again when I'm funded. I haven't traded my live account in a little bit, but. And then also, once I start trading my live account, also why I'm getting a Discord, because I'm actually trading real money. So, for the haters. So, but again, I'm not going to drop the Discord until I've actually made some payouts and got funded. So, I'm not just going to be out here until I'm funded or no. I kind of want to do it on Black Friday, but a part of me kind of wants to do it a little earlier, but we'll see. But I'm just letting you know I'm working on the Discord. But it also has investing stuff, crypto stuff, real estate. I've been real estate investing for years. Like, just other stuff that's not trading. So if you feel like it's not worth it for the trading, then don't join it. But also I want to have I want to have econ people in there and other people, not just traders. So hopefully that doesn't get messy. But they're all in different channels. Like, all the Discord people are in this channel, two are on this channel. Obviously live trading, we're in our trading channel, so we have a trading chat, a Discord. Like, everyone has their own chat, and then obviously we have a general chat, but everyone has their own chat. So the Discord and the econ people should not be interacting with y'all if y'all want to interact with them. But if y'all want to do dropshipping, I post winning products in here, templates, all that shit. But yeah, we're done for the night. I will see y'all tomorrow morning for trading and tomorrow night for backtesting. We'll keep doing this every night.